I get what you want and need. It's got to be the right piece, comfort, and size to make it happen. Fucking met the audacity. Okay, what?
Girl, stop talking. All the shit that people are thinking but not saying. I'm not even like drunk. I've just been like drinking. Does my podcast offend you? Men, if you're listening, I apologize in advance. Women, hey bitches, are you ready? Are you still talking? Girl, stop talking.
It is a Monday afternoon and I am just getting around to recording this episode. Was I supposed to do it before the weekend started? Yes. Did I also have like 5 days off and plenty of time to record an episode? Also, yes. But I didn't. So here we are. I was just about to unload excuses. It's fine. It's still Monday. Happy fucking Monday, bitches. This episode is coming out some hours later, but that's fine because it was a whirlwind of a weekend. And I've had some interesting things happen. Also, I've just been like brainstorming a lot on like where I want to be in life and what the show means to me and what I'm doing with the show and yada, yada, yada. I know I've shared a lot of that on here. I have been reflecting a lot on the podcast in this year. I'm sure I've said it before, but this is the first year that I have dropped weekly episodes all year long. Just give it some class. Although I really struggle with feeling like I should be further along with the show, like higher engagement, more growth, more listeners, etc. I really have to like look back at this last year and just kind of pat on the back because not only have I posted weekly content for the last year, I kept my word. I am extremely proud of myself. I've also started cutting clips, posting on all platforms. I found I like outsourced tools to be able to help me. I've learned more about the editing process and I've done vlogs. I traveled and got to do like my first, I don't know, I guess like press, if you will, for the show and go to Nashville. So there really has been a lot of accomplishments this year, but I'm ready for, oh, I'm here. Okay, sorry. I'm ready for my fucking moment, okay? I literally have this microphone so close to my mouth because the room that I'm in is super echoey and I haven't quite figured out how to get the echo out without it looking different. So I'm not used to the microphone being this close to my face and I literally just smacked myself in the face with that. So if you're watching, obviously, hello, you can see we don't do edits here. Okay, I've had a couple of weird things happen over the last week. The holiday was great. I hope your guys' holiday was great. I hosted here at my house for I think the 4th year now. This like the holiday tradition my grandma literally had taken over my whole life. Like Thanksgiving, Christmas, we would always be at my grandma's every single year since I can literally remember. And I think I've only missed like 1 year. Well, she is just getting older and older by the year. And we've decided like 4 years ago that I would take over the holiday and host everyone. And it's kind of weird because for the first couple of years, everybody who showed up at my grandma's showed up here and it just felt like normal, which was great. I love hosting. I get so excited. I like yapping and chatting and eating and cooking and doing all the things, decorating, organizing, and planning. It's like my go-to. But now it's getting weird because like all of the younger people, like the kids of, I guess, the kids that were my grandma's, um, everybody's like has significant others and is making other plans and prioritizing those things. And something about my family that I've always wished we've been closer is the only time that we see each other quite literally was Thanksgiving and Christmas. Other than like my direct immediate parents, I normally don't see my family other than the holidays. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I know as I've gotten older and like had with or hung out with more friends and seen different family dynamics, like I definitely have always been the person that wants my family to be closer. But the other side of things, it's like it's fucking hard, you know? Like technically I am an only child. I do have a brother. He's my half brother. We have the same dad, different moms. So we actually didn't grow up in the same home and we're 9 years apart. So we never really had that like connection, brother sister connection type of relationship. And he's always been so much older. So I'm just kind of rambling on now. But yeah, it's so we hosted here Thanksgiving. I did my immediate family and Zach's immediate family, and that was really awesome because we all haven't prioritized like being together and in the same room and kind of everybody meeting everybody. Um, so I was super happy. I had a great time. I did go out. Okay, I haven't been, like sharing this because it's just been a personal goal. And there's some things that you just gotta save for the right moment. I actually like took a step back from drinking for a little while, and I'm really trying to have like a better understanding of like what drinking is for me, and like and this, like, it's I don't mean to, like, overcomplicate it, and I know I've talked about, like, being semi-sober, and I've had people on, and I've chatted about it before, but I'm just, like, really gung-ho in my fitness, in my nutrition right now. Like, I have goals for myself. I have, like, this I just wanna live, like, a healthier lifestyle, and I'm definitely a binge drinker. I mean, not this scary way, okay, but, like I only usually drink on the weekends, and it's not even like, oh, I can't stop myself. I'm fucking tumbling over and whatever. It's not like that. But I enjoy drinking. I like it. I don't consider myself having a problem. I don't think I have a problem. I know I don't have a problem because I can just drop it and it's literally like not a big deal. I actually think my problem is like putting a bigger expectation on what it is than what it actually has to be. And so I've been trying to like unlearn some of those things and just like, what's the point? Like, if I'm doing a social gathering, like, I don't just have to have a drink. What? Just to have a drink? Like, you're not going to get drunk. So, anyways, I have. I had not drank for quite some time, and I did decide to go out, and that was kind of like my goal. I'm like, okay, Thanksgiving, I'm gonna cut everything out. I'm gonna be laser focused. And then on Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have a couple glasses of wine, not feel guilty about it. And then I'm just gonna snap right back into my routine and continue to just spend less time obsessing and drinking. And that's exactly what I did. So I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so I went out on Friday. No, oh my God, this was like the longest, craziest weekend ever. I went out the night before Thanksgiving, and I wish like crazier things happened. Literally nothing crazy happened other than the fact that I did run into this guy that I met 4 years ago in Rocky Point, which was crazy. He's giving like Burning Man vibes. Like he's definitely in his probably 50s. I don't know. It's like an older man, and it was just like a random meet in Rocky Point. And me and my girlfriend met him, and we were just kind of like chatting, friendly, whatever. And I just like so happened to run into him at the bar in Gilbert. That's really the only crazy thing that had happened over the weekend. However, what I really wanted to talk about was I have two things, okay? Same, but different. One is a blast from the motherfucking past. And these situations came up because okay, I don't even know where to go on this. Facebook's a wild fucking place, okay? And I have been on Facebook in a long time. You may see me post some things on there, but I vowed to go off of Facebook in 2018 I have not, like, personally, like, I don't scroll on there, I don't check up, I, like, don't look at messages, I don't add people. I do have my Instagram connected to my Facebook, so sometimes things get posted, whatever I post on Instagram, it automatically posts to Facebook, and I do have to have the Facebook, um I do still have to have one because of my businesses, because they own Instagram, like, things have to be connected. But my man's recently trying to get me on there with some of these things that, like, this is how people are connecting and there's groups on there and all these things. And I'm like, what? This is how people are connecting? Like old people? Who goes on Facebook? Like, it's not for me, okay? However, I did not even think that I had my notifications on for like Messenger, because I know that that's a separate app. And the other day, okay, this story is going to kind of be all over the place because I have to give some context. And for the context, we have to go into the past. The other day, I got a notification from Messenger and it said, somebody wants to send you a message. And I thought, like, that was kind of fucking weird. I'm like, I didn't even know I had my notifications on, for one. And doesn't it normally say the person's name? So I click on it. And I had two unread messages. These were like in my message requests, I'm assuming, on Facebook. And one person, I didn't know the name. The other person, I recognized the name because Deegan and I, before Thanksgiving, we decided to go look at couches for Black Friday sales. And I really want a new, comfortable couch. And so we went in there and we're at American Furniture Warehouse. We're looking for couches and we're testing all these couches out. And like salesmen, okay, when you go into places like that, they are literally on you like a fly on shit, okay? Walk in there, this guy, very recognizable guy, okay? He's an older man, super tall, long blonde hair. Like his hair is probably as long as mine, like down past his collarbones, super long, but he's older. Like he doesn't look like he should be at American Furniture Warehouse. He looks like he should be like catching waves in the ocean somewhere. And whatever. I was just in a mood. Like he was being nice. He's like talking to me about couches. I'm like showing him what my living room looks like. And I'm like, this is kind of what I'm looking for. This is how these people are, right? They're trying to reel you in. They want you to talk about your lives. They want you to feel important and special. Like I get it. I sell shit too. Okay. But it just was like a natural conversation. By no means was I thinking anything about anything until, okay, we left and he's like, why don't you grab my card if you guys decide to come back? My number's on there. Like, and I'm telling you, like, I know when someone's flirting with me. Okay. Like, it's not hard to spot. I get it. It did not come off as flirtation. It was like, I'm trying to make a fucking sale. The holidays are coming. Shit is going to get thin and I need to make my bag. That's what it was giving. I grabbed the card before I go and I was like, okay, maybe I'll come back. Like, he was really nice. I'll use him. Like, I know they make commission off of these things. And we leave. Okay. And then we come to the Facebook message. This guy found me on Facebook. I didn't even give him, I literally only said, he asked me my name. I said Tatum. That was it. No last name, no personal details. I mean, he did look at my living room because I showed him a picture, but like no other personal details. Now, listen, I understand I have blue hair. Like, I'm easy to spot. And I have a message from this man from American Furniture Warehouse. And when I read it, like I said, there were two messages in here. Both were like, what is happening? And so I didn't read the message out loud until later, but I was with my mom and I'm like, look at this. And then I explained to her the situation. Okay, this is what this guy messages me. Remember, he's like probably in his late 50s, early 60s. Like he's an older guy. He says, hey Tatum, it's the flowing long hair guy at AFW. How's the couch shopping going? I get what you want and need. It's got to be the right piece, comfort, and size to make it happen. reaching out to you because our time was limited when we met. We should get together and hang out sometime. We'd have a lot of fun. I trust you'll have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow with friends and family. Oh, and I loved your recent encouraging videos. Awesome. I'm inspired. Talk soon. Okay. American Furniture Warehouse man referring to couches needing to be the right piece, right comfort and size to make it happen. Excuse me, sir? I'm so fucking met the audacity. Okay, what? Speechless. It, like, I don't know whether, no, I do know. I'm creeped out. Okay, this is not like you. I can't even gather my thoughts. He literally gave no fucks. He's like, I don't even care if I make this sale. How do I get into her pants? How do I let her know that I can be the right size and fit for that pussy? You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, I didn't open the message. I just viewed it. And part of me is like, do I fuck with this guy to get a better discount on a couch? Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like telling my man this situation, and that's literally what he said. You know, this man is so supportive. He's like, well, babe, like, why wouldn't you just try and get a discount on the couch? I'm like, not you literally trying to slut me out for a discount. Yo, it's fucking weird. Also creepy as fuck. Like, you literally, the audacity, you literally went out of your way to try to find me on Facebook to not just sell me a couch, but ask me out. Okay, I was with my son too. Like, we were both there. And so I don't know. It's just like, damn, is it? I mean, good for you. Like, I guess on one side, I really got to give him props because, like, you're really doing the most. Like, if you're interested, you're going for it, right? But the other thing too, it's like, yeah, you really took time out of your day to really try and find my ass. I don't know. Did I open the message? No. Did I respond? I have yet to. Do I want to go back into American Furniture Warehouse and see this guy now? Absolutely not. Unless I can get a couch for under $1,000. But I'm not gonna slut myself out for one. Okay. Okay. Reason number two. Facebook is a weird fucking place. The other message that I got was from a random girl. Someone, and I'm going to read that one to you in a second. But I got to give you guys some backstory. This story goes back to my first ever relationship, real relationship, my first ever love. Okay. I was 14. I met a boy. He was currently in a relationship with someone else at the time. It was my freshman year of high school. And we were just friends. He lived across the street from one of my best friends. I thought he was so fine at the time. Okay. And we would all just hang out, very friendly, whatever, not a big deal. Well, I liked him. And so I'm like, I'm just going to be me. This is who I am type of thing. Long story short, he ends up breaking up with this girl. She also goes to my high school. This boy doesn't go to my high school. I guess I should. This is kind of like trying to decide what information to leave out. We're just gonna leave that out. He technically would have also been a senior, but he doesn't go to the high school that I went to. I was a freshman, so you just read between the lines. I ended up starting to date him, and we were dating for quite some time. I think like 7 months or something like that. Through everything was going really well. Like, I literally fell head over heels. It was my first like whirlwind high school romance, if you will. And my mom even told me a story when I was telling her this, and she's like, "Oh my God, you don't remember that one time I picked you up and you were like," she's like, "Kids." So embarrassing. I was like, "I do not remember that." She's like, "Oh my God, yeah, you were like so excited. You thought it was like so romantic." I'm telling you, this mind is hopelessly romantic. Like thinking I'm in a scene from The Notebook or something. And so we dated for about 7 months, give or take. To the end of our relationship, I ended up breaking it off because he just became very, very controlling. Like it was my freshman year, new to the high school, obviously, made all of these friends, and it got to the point where he kind of got into it with some of my friends that were guys, and he's like, "I don't want you hanging out with those people, whatever, whatever." And for me, I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, these are my friends. Like, I'm not just gonna stop hanging out with them. I did try to minimize some of those things, but whatever. It blew up to a point where I'm like, I can't be with this guy anymore. It's so controlling. I'm like, don't fucking talk to me. Don't call me. We're done. We end up breaking up. Now, I had heard through the grapevine that he had started to go in a downward spiral. In the past, I think he had had a drug problem. I don't think he was doing those things when we were together. And when we broke up, my understanding, it was a spiral downward. I would hear things through the grapevine that he started getting into a lot of trouble. Well, fast forward, he ended up going to prison for 3 years. I heard nothing for like 2.5 years. At this point, I was like, whatever, like that's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And at some point, when was this? No. Okay. So he was in prison for like 3 years. At this point, I had moved up to Prescott. This was now the summer before my senior year of high school. I found out he was in prison. I was like, oh my God, I haven't reconnected with this guy in so long. Like, maybe I should write him. Because it's such a good idea. Right, you're controlling psycho ex who went to prison for freaking drugs and violence because that seems so great. My senior year of high school, obviously not fully developed. The frontal cortex wasn't fully developed, and I thought that I should write him. I was like, you know what? I should just say hi. I'm going to send a letter. It wouldn't have been the first time that I had, but prior they weren't in prison. They were just in rehab. So kind of on brand for who I was as a person. Always just been like an encouraging voice, you know? Shove it, just love. And I started writing him throughout my senior year, except at this point, my mom did not like him, so I had to hide it. I had to hide the fact that I was writing my ex-boyfriend that's in prison for drugs and violence, because why would I think otherwise? So my girlfriend at the time, her parents were kind of hands off the wheel, and I'm like, girl, can I have these letters be sent to your house? So that's what happened. We were writing each other for over a year. He was supposed to get out in like a year after that or something. And then came along my son's dad. We had started dating, so I was like, okay, this is getting a little weird. I need to cut this tie with my prison pal. And I ended up telling him, like, hey, I'm getting serious with someone, blah, blah, blah. So in my mind, I thought I was going to be with him again. I'm like, I'm waiting until he gets out. Like, there's no other guys out here. I'm not interested in anyone. And then I had started dating my son's dad. And some shit blew up in my face. Okay. Next thing I know, I'm pregnant, like 8 months pregnant. I get a phone call. I'm like literally remember exactly where I was when this happened, because when you're like, when you like romanticize something in your head for so fucking long, and then you're like, and then it either doesn't happen, or like there's a different circumstance where like life fucking changes. You never even got to like go down that road. It was just like cut ties, whatever. That's like how I felt. Again, I was 18. Okay. Give me fucking slack. I get a phone call. I answer the phone. It was like a random number. I'm like, hello, Tatum. And I'm like, oh my God. like, I'm not going to say his name. Is this you? He's like, yeah, I just got out. And I'm sitting here like, I'm pregnant. Forgot this could be like a soap opera. Obviously nothing happened in this circumstance. Like I was with my son's dad, so like nothing happened. And he couldn't respect my boundaries. So I was just like, hey, you got to stop contacting me. Like, this isn't, we're not friends. We're not homies. We're not going to be together, whatever, whatever. And then I had found out like a couple months passed. I went along my life having a child, whatever, like a blip, like a speed bump in the road, if you will. Later, and then I never thought about it. I was like, but that's that. Like, that's not the end of the story, though. Okay. Fast forward again. 2 years go by, maybe 2.5, maybe 3. Not even a thought on my mind anymore. Okay. And then I, again, remember this so vividly. And I'm like a sign person. Like, I believe in signs. So when Deegan was about 2, we were living, it was just me and Deegan. And I remember, so when Deegan was about 2, this was now obviously like 2.5 years since the last time I spoke with this guy, the first love of my life, if you will. And I had this dream, and the dream was so vivid. Okay. Like in the dream, we were back in his old room and we were like play wrestling, and I like pinned him down again, like a movie. I like pinned him down and we like looked into each other's eyes, and I like went in for a kiss, and he stopped me and he's like, wait, what are you doing? And I looked at him and I'm like, what? And he goes, this isn't real. And then I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck? Again, at this point in my life, I was so single, like believing in these signs. Like, where did this come from? Why did this feel so real? Like, my brain going like all over the place. Like maybe I'm like, is he dead? Like I felt like it was a sign to be like, you have to look into this. What's going on? Like, why did you know you were dreaming? And why did you wake up so abruptly to be like, you haven't thought about this person? Did something happen to them? Did they die? And of course, that next morning, I literally spent not even that long, maybe 45 minutes trying to figure it out and like looking up people's names. I ended up finding his brother, messaging his brother, and literally, like 30 minutes later, this is still the same morning, someone reached out to me on his brother's account on Facebook again. And they were like, hey, this is so and so's brother's wife. Both of them are in jail. And I just saw that you reached out. I want you to know that, like, oh, he actually went back to prison. I'm like, so this is like two. If you are thinking, oh my God, Tatum, did you write him again? Absolutely. It was a sign. We kept missing our moment. We're supposed to be together, obviously. So, yes, I started writing him again, and he went to prison again for basically the same charges: drugs, getting caught up, probably violence when being, arrested, whatever the fuck. I started writing him again. Fucking dumbass. This time we write, I don't know, maybe for like a year. We literally wrote to each other for like a year. We did phone calls. We, like full blown having this like, I don't know, relationship, I guess, except for it, I wasn't like in a committed relationship. Like in my mind, I'm making this very clear. Like, I want to be your friend. I can see the best in you. Like, but for someone like that, that is like, it's not just hope. It's like different. Okay. So be careful what you're getting yourself into if you decide that you want to start writing someone in prison. I do believe people can change, but statistically, it's debatable. We end up writing, and a year goes by, he gets out of prison. We end up hanging out. He was literally strung out on drugs from the minute I met up with him, and we hung out a couple of times, and it was just weird. Okay. It was just like, this is how you know when someone's on drugs. First of all, their eyes, like ding, ding, ding. I didn't want to believe it. So I just continued to like hear him out and see where it could go if I could be an encouragement in that moment. And long story short, he started getting so aggressive and like trying to control me and like blowing me up, like all of these messages. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I'm like, I was here for you. I was a friend. And like, this is how you're treating me. Ended up leaving it with just block my number. Do not reach out to me again. I don't want to hear from you. And if you end up back in, don't contact me because I'm not doing it. Which brings me to this second message. And I'm sure you're thinking correctly. So this other message is from some girl that I don't know. And this is what it says. Hi, your childhood friend is in jail with my brother, and he would like to talk to you and wants to know if he could have your number. Thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. And this is where I know that I have grown because there's nothing in me at all that was like, I need to respond. I need to reach back out. I need to write him. Like, no, I have literally been down that road basically 3 times. And clearly this person has continued to not learn their lesson. And that really sucks. And it's really sad. But listen, I only have so much to give. And I don't have time to have a fake relationship it literally just does not serve me anymore. It's not going to go anywhere. And I don't even, well, first of all, I'm in a happy, committed relationship. So there's that. But even if I wasn't, like, there's not, I mean, a part of me could be like, oh, you should just reach out. You should write him. You should say hello. But no, like, I don't want him knowing where I live. I don't want him knowing what I'm up to. And I was like thinking about this message. I'm like, I'm not even going to open it. I'm not even going to respond. I actually looked at the date and that was sent back in September. So I'm just like, also these men, like the audacity to be like, oh, haven't hit her up in years. She's the one to always write me. I have no idea what's going on. Maybe she'll write me again. It's just like, sorry. I don't know. Isn't there like apps for that these days? Like, isn't there like apps where you can like video call and video chat or have like a pen pal situation for people, for inmates, like people that are in prison or incarcerated? It's just not for me. So for whatever reason you end up hearing this, I'm sorry. You lost your chance. With that, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, my Tatum. Thanks for yapping and chatting and listening. As you guys know, I have started my TSAs, so I'm feeling pretty proud of that. We're doing 30 days. If you want to support me in any way, go subscribe to the YouTube. Literally, even if you don't watch or listen, click the subscribe button. Just to help me get my follower count up. If you see one of my reels, answer the prompt. Get in the comment section, share it. I love it when I'm like scrolling through Instagram and I'm just like randomly looking at people's stories and then I see like my reel. I'm like, they love me or they like validated or they felt like the same. They just like felt something from it. I love that. And I hope that I can continue that. They're not all going to be serious. Like I have some funny ones as well. And I'm just getting prepped and ready and excited for this next year. I'm going to set a new goal, which I'll talk about on the episode before New Year's Eve. I will have an episode next week on December 9th. I have Jolie Hamilton coming on, Dr. Jolie Hamilton. She is a jealousy therapist, coach, relationship like guru. Our conversation is so, so good. Definitely a little more serious, but still just like the quality of the combo is so good. And I think you guys will relate to it a lot. So definitely watch that. However, I believe it's Monday the 16th. There will be no episode just because there's 5 Mondays in the month of December. And I want to give you guys a holiday episode that we do every year for the last couple of years. And then I'm going to drop like a New Year's Eve episode as well. And that will be kind of like goal setting intentions for the new year, get everybody on the right track. And I can't wait. So if you've been following along this last year or you're new here and it's only been a couple of months, thank you. It means the world. I truly feel like this is my path and like my next direction. And I hope that people will tag along for the fun and the growth and continue to just support me by subscribing and sharing my content because I can't make it if you don't help. Okay, happy fucking Monday. Sorry this is late. Love you. Have a great week. Bye.
Are you still talking? Girl, stop talking.